my 4th birthday, I plucked 6 severed fingers from the shower drain. I am going to a Lisa Jewell book event in Glasgow. I wanted to show you what I'm reading right now. Up here, I have 2 book packages to open. Hello and welcome to another bookish video from me, Johanna, me, my dog and books. So it's weekend reading vlog time and it's Saturday. It's later in the day because, excuse the washing. What happened today? I went up, went a run, was reading my new book that started yesterday. I'll show you that later. Walked dogs. David was playing paddle or padel. And I've just been doing tidying up because we've got friends coming around for drinks and nibbles. I've got my alcohol-free tipple in and they'll be coming in and round just for a wee evening in. But they'll be bringing their dog Vincy is called. And because I just would not be calm in the slightest if there was 3 dogs in the house and was trying to have snacks and stuff. So Lucy and Patty are spending the night at their babysitters. They'll probably come back and smell Vince has been in the house and go raging about it. But so I've actually managed to get snacks out and leave them lying out, like just there. I cannot do that with Lucy around. I've not been able to do that the entire time Lucy's been with us. So this is a new thing. Wait till I show you. So we get snacks out here. Also some lovely flowers. The witch is playing PlayStation golf. And look! Snacks. I can never normally have this out, just there. Like, never happens. All vegan, fruit pastels, fruit gums, strawberries obviously, and some crisps. So our friends are coming round soon. I'll probably talk to them about the books I've been reading. Actually, I'll show you just now, 2 seconds. That's a bit better. You're a wee bit further away. But at least you can see stuff. Anyway, I wanted to show you what I'm reading right now. Yesterday I started When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy. So I've been wanting to read Nat Cassidy for ages. I've got Mary by them. I haven't read it yet, but it's supposed to be amazing. And this came in my abominable horror book subscription this week. And me and my 2 friends always try and read one of the books from that subscription together. And so we started this one, right? All I know so far is we've got, was it Jess? Jess is a struggling actress and she's working in a diner as well. And she's heading out and she discovers like a terrified 5-year-old in a bush. So she's obviously like, oh my god, what's wrong? And then realises that the terrified 5-year-old also has a terrifying father who, let's just say, has some sort of animalistic, brutal, violent tendencies and is desperate to track down this child. So she kind of rescues this child and there's a bit of a wild aftermath coming because she's trying to save this child. It's wild. It's like I'm on page 132 and I am loving it. I am absolutely loving it. Then finally started The Lamb by Lucy Rose. I'm only 64 pages in. Oh sorry, I need to open the window, I'm roasting. I'm having a hot flush. I'm having a hot flush, people. We have, actually what's her names? Margot and Mama. So Margot lives with her mama in a kind of rundown cabin in the middle of the woods, and this is one of my favourite opening lines of a book. I read it and thought, I'm going to love this. On my 4th birthday, I plucked 6 severed fingers from the shower drain. Sold. So let's just say that Mama and Margot often have what they call as strays, people that wander off into the woodlands looking for rest or help or assistance, and Margot's mama deals with them, and then Margot and mama tend to eat them. It's giving me folklore, cannibalistic vibes, and I'm loving it. And I started this, did I tell you this? I think I started this one in last week's vlog. It's already out to buy. This is a proof copy. It's Send Flowers by Emily Buchanan, and in it we have a eco-influencer who is 3 months into the intense grief of the death of her boyfriend, and she's just let herself go. She's not been posting on social media, so her agent gets on to her saying, look, you need to get back on it. It's actually also her only means of making money. So she's like, anyway, all of this is happening. She's just feeling lost. She's not got any sort of, and I think Ed died during some sort of environmental activism, and so she's fallen away from that as well. She's like, oh, like not caring. And then I think, what did she do? She said, it says, after turning his ashes into the soil, right, so she's still got Ed's ashes. Why can't I say ashes? She's still got Ed's ashes, right? And a mysterious like plant turns up on her doorstep. She turns Ed's ashes for some reason. Well, actually I think it's because it's a yew tree and that was Ed's favourite plant. So she puts his ashes into this. Next day the plant flowers. This never happens. And suddenly she realises that Ed is back, but as a houseplant. And he starts to talk, and she's determined to keep him alive. This is all I know, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm loving the vibes, and also that is quite poignant given the news agenda right now, because it talks a lot about obviously activism, environmental activism, because that's what Fifi and Ed did, but about the kind of banning of being able to peacefully protest and stuff like that. Anyway, loving it, loving it. So at the moment, friends, I am reading 3 books I am really enjoying. So I'll tell you how I get on with that over the weekend. Tomorrow I'm going to the Southside to meet my friend for coffee, so maybe try and get some video there, as well as hopefully pop into Categories books, because I have a book token from a lovely friend to spend. So if I do, I'll take you with me. So it's Sunday. I had a lovely evening with my friends. It was later than expected. I'm not a very good late night person, so I didn't get to bed till about 1:45, but stupidly still woke up super early. So I'm meeting my friend, and I'm in Langside. So heading to Victoria Road as it's called, and then going for coffee, and then I'm going to take you to Categories books because I have a national book token voucher to spend. So very excited about that. Anyway, here's some of the Southside. Do you know what I love about Glasgow? All the street art. This is Govan Hill. How awesome is that? And here's Govan Hill Library, which I keep meaning to try, but if I come on a Sunday it's shut. So I need to come one day, take you with me to some Glasgow libraries that I've not been to. we're back. I'll try and turn you around. We're back from the south side. Lucy's here, curled up. Patty's over. I don't know if I can show you. Over there. Both of them are a wee bit sleepy after being at the dog sitters. So, sorry Lucy, I'm working on this. I'm a wee bit annoyed because I'll show you the book I got in a minute. So I started with, it's called, maybe around a wee bit. It's called Orange and Cream Wool, right? So that was the label that was on this, Orange and Cream. I ordered from Hobbycraft, but I've gone online and triple checked. There is no orange. And I'd already thingied it in. Oh, Lucy, you've dribbled on this. Will not tell my wee sister who's going to get this. She doesn't watch my videos, so it's fine. So now I'm a wee bit annoyed because now I'm crocheting in a neutral colour, which is fine. That's what it is. Because they're already started going, oh, it must be because it says on the label. And this one here, it says it here. I think they've labelled them wrong. Excuse me. Orange cream. I've looked on their website and it's not orange cream. There ain't no orange in that. That's the neutral one. If you look on their website and that looks like their neutral one. So I'm going to take that one back. I'll crochet this one in and then I'll get this colour again for the outside for the next ball, I think. But it's coming along quite well despite that. Who knew? Who knew they could label them wrong? You end up with a wrong ball of wool. Anyway, as you'll have seen, I went to the south side of the city, Victoria Road. Well, actually it was Langside Road that I went and met my friend for coffee. I tried to get a wee bit of video, but because it was quite a small little place, I was very mindful of like videoing people without their consent, so I didn't really want to do that. But it was very, I mean, it was lovely. It was very minimalist, and almost felt like you were getting the coffees in like a science beaker or something. And I ordered the coffee and it was fine, but it was very small. It was very small, and then they didn't have any vegan eating options and I didn't have any vegan cake. So I'm not going to lie, I was a wee bit disappointed. But I had a good couple of hours catch up with my friend, which that was the main thing. That was the main thing. And then my lovely Instagram friend had sent me a book token voucher. And so I was like, alright, I'll give it a wee... no, that's not what I said. What am I talking about? So I could treat myself to a book and cheer myself up, which was very nice. So because I was in the south side, I thought I'm definitely going to Cassidy's Books. Cassidy's Books is an indie book store just off, I can't remember what road it is, but it's just a 5-minute walk from where I was on the south side, and it's a trans LGBTQ plus bookstore with trans and LGBT queer books. So I had my voucher. Now there was one that I was going in to get, but they were sold out of it, so they were due to get more. So I ended up having a good browse and I ended up picking up this one, Hell Followed With Us. And this is, they've got a queer horror book club. So at the end of July is the day of that. Excuse me, it's by Andrea Joseph White. And I've never heard of the author or the book. And it says, 16-year-old trans boy Benji is on the run from the cult that raised him. The fundamentalist sect that unleashed Armageddon and decimated the world's population. Desperately he searches for a place where the cult can't get their hands on him, or more importantly, on the bioweapon they infected him with. Oh, this sounds so good. Sounds so good. And I've never heard of the book before, or the author before. Or this indie press. What is it? Daphne Press. Sounds good. So I'm very excited about that. how good does that look? Plus, can we please enjoy book cover? So that was basically a book gift. I didn't buy it because I was gifted the money. And so I've came home. The other, obviously discovered the yarn issue. First world problems, it's actually not a problem. Just means that once I do this neutral ball of yarn and then get the proper orange one back in, it'll be unique, won't it? Anyway, I had to remind myself how to stitch in a new ball of yarn. I can never remember these things. I mean, it doesn't take me long. I've got the YouTube videos saved, so I did it that way. Then I have put on, what is the name of it? Recommend this, by the way. It's on Prime. It's a series. So I don't know how many episodes are in this series. Just, it's called, well, I'm on episode 5, Unknown Serial Killers of America. And each episode has a different case. I am really enjoying it. Also, I discovered that the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, so that's only had 2 seasons, and the second season kind of stops with a bit of a cliffhanger. So we're waiting on whether it's going to be part 2 of season 2 or season 3, unconfirmed. So when I finished that, I was like, gotta wait till it comes out, which I think's maybe October, but I might be wrong. Let me know if you know in the comments. Anyway, it's the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives reunion episode is dropped. So while the OH is out watching football, I think I might put it on after this episode. Anyway, that's what I'm watching. I'm crocheting and I might have a It's Monday, I've been a run, hence the hair, I haven't washed it yet, but I have got change and I'm about to go. Look, can you see? Can I show you? I'm about to go to Hobbycraft to return the yarn that's supposed to be orange and cream, but it's actually just cream and neutral. So I need to change that. I need to tell you about Nightcrawling, which I just finished this morning. It's a reread. I'm rereading it for book group on Wednesday, which I've read it before. I gave it 5 stars, so I need to tell you about it. It was still 5 stars. And I need to tell you my review of the favourites, which I finished during the week as well. And folks, I forgot to tell you, my weekend reading vlog is going into Tuesday night because I am going to a Lisa Jewell book event in Glasgow after work, and I'm so excited. This is the one thing that's getting me. It's dampening, no, it's making my return to work after 1 week off palatable. Anyway, come with me. I've had a bit of a busy day in that I went to Hobbycraft to exchange my wool, the yarn, because they gave me the wrong one. Their customer service was amazing. The person that was dealing with my inquiry, I was like, look, I ordered orange and cream yarn, but what's turned up is cream and neutral, but I think the label's wrong, because this is what the orange and cream should look like. And she was like, oh. And I said, but I've already used part of one of the yarns because I thought maybe there might be some orange in there. Anyway, so I'm only going to return one, but if you could get, and she was like, it's completely our fault. We'll refund you for both and reorder in the right ones. So effectively, I've got a free ball of yarn. Then I came home and, what did I do? Oh, recorded and have fully edited the video that will come before this one, which is my best books ever so far. So if you haven't seen that yet, I'll link it in the description below. So I hope you enjoy watching that. It's a whole mix of genres, so hopefully you find some books in there that you might want to add to your TBR. And so after I did that, I've been doing some content stuff, and I'm going to start a new cross stitch while watching the movie Saw. Don't ask. Those two things don't go together, do they? But first I wanted to show you what has just arrived. Yes, I've got a new book trolley. Basically the same as this one, but it's going to go here because I've got too many stacks of books, as you can tell. So that needs to go here. Anyway, building that tonight because I really can't be bothered. I'm about to make a cup of tea, start another cross stitch. I'm back at work tomorrow, sad times, but one has to work for a living, so I'm back at work. But before then I'll quickly get my cup of tea, sit you down and tell you about the couple of books that I've read. 2 of the books I've finished. 3? No, I've told you about Abroad in Japan. Have I told you about the favourites? I'll tell you about it anyway. And I've had 2 Amazon deliveries that I don't think I made, so I'll open them with you. So I've just sat myself down here. Lucy's here, look. Oh, Cosy, my Cosy. Patty's in her bed round there. I've got a cup of tea. And let's get stuck in. So, I was just bringing up my Goodreads reviews of these 2 books just to remind me. Look, I've just had a week and a bit. No, I've just had a week off work. I need to go back to work tomorrow. It's making me tired, the thought of it. Anyway, so I did finish The Favourites by Lane Fargo. This has been on my TBR pretty much since it came out. I've heard really, really good reviews for it. And for some people, it's like in their top books of the year, I think. So it does get great reviews. And I would say the only reason it isn't like, not like, let me tell you what it's about first. Okay, it's the kind of book I would recommend for anyone that loves Taylor Jenkins Reid. Especially her book, Carrie Soto is Back, which is about tennis. And the characters around the main character, who is like a has-been, or has been described as a has-been tennis champion. So take that premise, right, almost, and take it into the world of figure skating, elite figure skating, or ice skating. I don't know if there's a difference. There probably is. But it's both a story about elite figure skating I suppose 2 main characters, Kat and Heath, as well as their direct competitors almost, who are brother and sister. Kat and Heath also have, and it's also a bit of a love story about them, and I think that's maybe the reason I knew that going in. There was maybe a wee bit more of the love story element to this book than there is in Carrie Soto's Back. So if you enjoy a love story, oh, she's just getting comfy. You're just getting comfy? If you enjoy a love story, sorry Lucy. If you enjoy a love story, then this could potentially be a 5-star book for you. Effectively an emotionally tense drama about childhood friends, Katerina Shaw, shortened for Kat, and Heath Rocha. And Heath's got a bit more of a, I think he's been brought up in foster care, so he's got more of a traumatic childhood than Katerina. But the 2 of them, Katerina's into figure skating first, and then Heath, to try and impress her, gets into it as well. And over the years they develop a very close personal and ice skating relationship. And they rise through the elite sport ranks up to the Olympics where their dreams are shattered. And that is kind of like, because the book starts off with Katerina saying 10 years ago was like the worst day of my life or something like that at the very beginning. And so you're 10 years later and a documentary is bringing lots of buried truths to light, and Katerina is having to face a lot of secrets and betrayals. And so you can just imagine, because I'm not particularly into ice skating as a sport. Don't get me wrong, I will watch it. Like back in the probably 80s and 90s when the Olympics was on, there was the 80s that the UK had quite a well-known ice skating duo, Torvill and Dean, and so it was quite big in the UK then. But I do quite like watching it intermittently. I like as a sport, but it's not a sport I seek out. So, and I would say, even if it's a sport, kind of like with Carrie Soto, I'm not a mega fan of tennis. Don't hate it, just don't really watch it. Same with figure skating. But that didn't matter because the way it was written was absolutely fascinating and gripping. Someone commented on my kind of Instagram review of the book, saying that they'd seen a bit of mixed reviews around it because some people think like figure skating is a competitive sport. And my 2 words for that is Tonya Harding. If you don't think figure skating or ice skating is a competitive sport, then you haven't heard of Tonya Harding and you need to Google it. Then you'll see. Anyway, this doesn't quite take that, well, you know, it doesn't quite take that level, but there is a lot of competitiveness, as you can imagine. It's a very compelling, character-driven story. The audiobook is phenomenal because it's a full cast, a bit like Carrie Soto is back, which I would also recommend in audio if you've not read that either. It talks about the elite sport, the complicated friendships and relationships that come with that, the desire and determination, almost to like do anything at all costs to like, what do you do? Get your dreams, win your dreams, whatever, your dreams, to kind of get them. The writing is really sharp, and I would say the author builds tension amazingly between a whole host of some of the kind of key characters. But I would say a few parts sometimes felt a wee bit drawn out, and sometimes I didn't quite maybe believe some of the things that were happening in the characters' relationships. But that's a bit of a minor point. I'm maybe being a wee bit picky. In addition, there was more romance woven through this story than, I shouldn't say expected, because it's described as a love story, right? So it's probably as expected. And maybe I was just hoping it wasn't. But it's not, I wouldn't say it was it's not like graphic, or it's not like mega spicy. There's just, I'm not a big romance reader. Overall, a good read, kept me turning the pages. Then I reread Nightcrawling by, I can't remember the author's name. Just check there, it's Leila Mottley. Now, I first read this when it came out, which would have been 2022. Who says years like that? 2022 is when I first read it, I think. Double check my Goodreads. Yeah, I read it in 2022, and then I've just reread it because one of my friends picked it for our book group, which is on Wednesday this week. Now, Nightcrawling is a pretty, we say like dark. Well, yeah, because it's a pretty brutal topic. So we follow, it's a debut, by the way, and when this author started writing it, she was 17. I think it was published when she was 19. That still blows me away. It's a powerful, heartbreaking novel about Kira, a 17-year-old young girl from Oakland who, due to family circumstances and poverty, is forced into sex work to survive. And unfortunately, a large part of her clientele are police officers. And so she ends up entangled in like effectively a police corruption scandal. And she's a young black girl, so you can imagine how much of the justice system and society are against her as an individual. It's a raw, poetically written story of resilience, injustice, and the fight to be seen in a world that looks the other way. Honestly, when I first read this in 2022, and I'm glad I reread it because I'd kind of forgotten some of it. Well, it was like 3 years ago. And I look forward to discussing this at book group because there's so much to discuss. Not only is the writing style just both poignant, lyrical, poetic, beautiful, heartbreaking. Like, I'm in awe of the fact that a 17-year-old can start putting this down on paper. Like, wow. It literally blew me away. The story is heartbreaking, raw, authentic, and pretty much chilled me to the bone when I was reading it. And Mottley's ability to write and develop a character in Kira was phenomenal. Like, I felt like I truly knew her. It's through her narrative that you hear the story of her life, her family, and what she ends up doing to survive. I just wanted to, like, utterly wanted to protect her and empower her, and I wanted the world to see her, which I think is what the author wanted. So despite the difficult subject matter, I couldn't put it down. I was utterly captivated, and I think this is such an important read. Outstanding. I've actually not read anything. I think the author has another book out, but I've not read. But wow, yeah, it's just such a powerful book, a challenging story to read, but still blew me away. So that was a reread, and it appears I have 2 book packages to open. I don't know why. Or actually, I bet you one of them's not a book. It's just like, I don't know. I've not ordered anything. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Oh, just a little prezi to lift your spirits. Your channel cheers me up with a big virtual hug. Love from Jo. And that's Josephine G. And in case you don't want to hear your name named out in public. That's from... Oh! I didn't realise this book was so chunky. So in... what is it? The books that scared me most or terrified me? I can't remember. I did a YouTube video recently about the scariest books I've read. And in that list of books was The Rats by James Herbert. Terrifying. And then a few people came on and went, it's a book of 3. So, and actually I realised that from my horror book subscription I always get like a second-hand old book. And I have actually got book 2, which is The Lair. And then a few people mentioned this book, which isn't part of that series, so I don't know why I was telling you that. But anyway, a few people had mentioned this James Herbert book as another terrifying read, and it's The Secret of Crickley Hall. And it says #1 bestseller. It's a chunky one. Oh, the writing's not too small. How many pages is it? 600 odd pages. Woofed! Oh. Anyway, I actually don't know what it's about, so I just put it on my wish list. It said, would you stay in a haunted house for more than one night? Oh man, I'm here for this. Would you live in a place where ghostly things keep happening? Where a cellar door you know you locked the night before is always open the following morning, where hushed whispering is heard, where white shadows steal through the darkness, where the presence of evil is all around you. Would you? Should you? Oh my god, I don't think I realised that's what it was about. I'm so excited to read this. Oh, this is definitely spooky season TBR. How old is this book actually? Because I've got my contacts in, they're not very good for reading. First published in 2006, okay, so it's not that old. Well, actually, can tell how old I am when I go 2006, not that long ago. It's nearly 20 years ago. Thank you so much, Josephine. Oh, you're so kind. Oh, and I hope that's okay. I didn't say your full name because I didn't want to mention that. And then, oh, so kind. And I don't know what this is. Oh, you know, oh, this might be. I know what this is. Right. So now I'm going to have to check the author's full name on my email. 2 seconds. Oh my god, I just realised I did the stupidest thing ever. So I was like, oh, I really need to check the author's name, because the author emailed me to say, I've got a couple of YA books about, I'll tell you what they're about in a minute, would you be interested in reading them? And I kind of checked out the synopsis of one, there's 2 of them. I can't remember which the first one was. And I said, yeah, that would be great. I'd love to, because they sounded quite good. So got them on Kindle, and then she's also sent me physical copies, which is lovely, but instead of looking at the actual book, which of course would have the author's name on it, I've clearly had to check my email because I didn't think that the author's name would be on the ruddy book. Anyway, it is the lovely Kate Gilronan, and there's 2 books now. I think this is book 1 and this is book 2. And Survivalist is a sequel to Prepper. Right. So the thing that got me interested in this is YA is kind of post-apocalyptic dystopian survivalist. There is, however, romance, which I'm not a big fan of, but actually where romance is in a book is probably of the YA level that I'm kind of comfortable with, because in addition, I say that it's not clear cut. I love the Heartstopper book series, and that's clearly about romance. Anyway, so Prepper. So I'll tell you this one, and I'll not maybe say that one because it might spoil that one, so I don't really want to read the blurb of this one because this is the first one. And it's Ashley Keller was prepared for the end of the world. She wasn't prepared for Jack Parker to need her help surviving it. I wish I'd had my glasses on. Ashley Keller's life is a series of worst case scenarios. Literally, her mother creates them to teach Ashley and her brother survival skills. She sounds like a good mum. Shooting, foraging, picking locks. Also sounds like Laurie Strode from Halloween, you know, when she got older. The constant training makes Ashley even more an outcast of her school full of rich kids with an ex-girlfriend who doesn't speak to her anymore and a major crush, Jake Parker, who doesn't know she exists. A few months ago, the end of the world seemed just as likely as Jake ever talking to Ashley. But when the power flickers, the grocery stores empty and their high school shuts down, desperation brings him straight to her door. I'm here for this. Thank you so much to the author for sending me this. Doesn't look nice. So I'm not going to read this one back to you because I don't want a spoiler. But thank you so much. So surprise book haul that I didn't order for myself. So thank you. Everybody's so kind. So it's really cheered me up. So thank you so much. Anyway, I'm going to sign out for now, start a new cross stitch, watch a bit of Saw, and the OH is just back from Pardell. And I'll check in tomorrow when I go to see Lisa Jewell at the book swap and sip, I think it's called. Bye. I don't think I've ever been here. Gonna wave.
Big club does this. Get half an hour early.
Heather Sutty, and I'm the founder of Bookface. And we started in 2020 with about 20 or 30 pals. We now have 5,000 members in 50 countries worldwide, and we do these book events every month. And Lisa has been on my wish list for 2 years, so this has literally taken 2 years in the making. So I hope you bloody well love it. Then Lisa Jewell is going to be interviewed by Maggie Barry. Maggie Barry is a journalist. Now I'm going to introduce the format. So Maggie and Lisa are going to chat for about half an hour. Then we'll do questions from the floor. So if there's anything at all that you want to ask Lisa, feel free. Then we will have another drink, which you can order from the bar with your book token. And then you will have the chance to meet Lisa, get your book signed, and also help yourselves to the books in our swap, which are dotted around the venue. Alright, does that make sense? Lisa Jewell makes us promise ourselves just one more chapter 6 times in a row. After Lisa's role as a PA in a shirt making company was made redundant, her mate Yasmin tempted her with dinner at her favourite restaurant if she could write 3 chapters of a novel. Lisa did and hated them. She thought they were rubbish. But she promised Yasmin, who kept insisting they were good, so she sent them out. 10 agents, 9 rejections, but 1 wrote back. Said it needed work, but she wanted to see more. A year later, Ralph's party was finished. She landed a 2-book deal, got that meal, and her life changed completely. Since then, Lisa has written 23 books, sold 15 million copies, and become a New York Times bestseller. We love her thrillers, including The Family Upstairs, Then She Was Gone, The Night She Disappeared, and of course the one which is being adapted as a movie for Netflix, None of This Is True. She is the greatest UK export for lovers of twisty, page-turning, cancel your plans thrillers. Please give a massive Bookface welcome to Lisa Jewell and Maggie Barry.
Hey friends, hopefully you have seen a bit of footage of me at Lisa Jewell. So it was Bookface Community Sip and Swap, I think that it's called. It's the first time I'd been to this sort of bookish event, and it was so good. It was so good. I went with 2 Instagram friends, Cheryl, who's Glasgow book addict, and Caroline, who's Kaz Reads, and it was so much fun. Lisa Jewell is so nice. She's so personable, really approachable, dead chatty, pretty funny. So I'll show you the book. I'll show you the books I took, and then because it's a sip and swap, so you got like drink tokens with it. So I got some nice alcohol-free Corona, and I also bought Lisa Jewell's new book and got that signed. And here's a picture of me meeting Lisa Jewell and get my book signed. And also here's a picture of me and Kaz and Cheryl. Honestly, she's so nice. So you could pick up, like, people, if you could bring a couple of books, and then people you just swap books. So there's a whole, you might have seen in some of the videos, there's a whole like mix of books lying out. And so I managed to get a good couple. I got a couple of ones, 3 in total actually, 3 in total. So these were the Lisa Jewell books I took to get signed, but because I bought the new one, Lucy's just come up, because I've got the new one, and I don't want to go like, can you sign all these 4 books? So I kind of limited it maybe just to 3. So she has signed them. Wait, you see. She signed my book, so I'm dead chuffed about that. And here's the 3 that I picked up free. So this one is another Lisa Jewell one. It's called Break in the Dark, and it's the Marvel one, which she kind of said when she was talking to us is probably her least popular one. because not many people have bought them, and although my friend Cheryl loved it. And I think it is because of the Marvel connection, and so I've never picked it up because I'm not really into Marvel. So I was like, well, maybe you need to know a bit about Marvel to read it. But my friend Cheryl, who is totally into Marvel, said I don't. So I've picked it up because it's about like Jessica Jones. Says Jessica Jones, private investigator, former superhero. She's living in downtown New York when Amber Randall asks for her help. Amber's twin 16-year-olds, Lark and Fox, are not the normal quirky teenagers they once were. They are perfect, so perfect that their mother fears that something has happened to them. So I thought, give that a go, give that a go. I'll tell you what Lisa Jewell's new one's about in a minute. Then I recommended recently on my TikTok, I did it's actually a YouTube video I'm going to do for next week maybe, which is must read summer thrillers, and a couple of Lucy Clark's ones I am going to recommend on that. And this is one from our back catalogue, I think, and I've not read it. I've no idea what it was about, but I do like her thrillers. No escape, you won't want to leave until you can't. A secret yacht, a tide of lies, one killer holiday. Ah! Also, right before I show you the next, well, I'll show you the next one first. And then Only Here, Only Now by Tom Newlands. This has been on my radar for a while. It's a Scottish book set in Fife. Fife, blazing hot summer of 1994. Cora Mowatt's mates don't understand her, but when Cora Mowat doesn't understand herself. Oh, but then Cora Mowat doesn't understand herself. She's stuck on a seaside council estate full of dafties. Old folk and seagulls with 1,000 dreams and a restless brain that won't behave. She's dying to escape but unsure of what the future holds, if it holds anything at all for a girl like her. I've only heard good things, so I want to read that. So 3 new books for absolutely nothing. And then this was the Lisa Jewell one, Don't Let Him In. I love the cover. I'll just read the back bit, right, because there's not much to it. He's a perfect man, he says he loves you, you think he might even be made for you, but before long he's moved into your house and into your heart. And then he leaves for days at a time and you don't know where he's gone or who he's with. And you realise, if you look back, you'd have said to yourself, don't let him in. I think we've got creepy guy vibes, so I'm very much looking forward to that. And actually, dropped something. My friend Cheryl got this pre-ordered, and she read it in a day and a half. That there is a sign. I don't know what I've dropped. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But what I was going to say, have you noticed I'm in a different space right now? So let me show you. So this was the space where my desk used to be here. We had a double bed here, right? But the reality is, nobody, very rarely get MD staying over, right? Sure we don't, Lucy? So I've decided to get rid of the double bed, like just this morning before I started work, because and the wage isn't here, and so he doesn't know that I've put the bed through here. I'm going to sort that out anyway. And then what I'm going to get, because I've moved some of the piles of books that have just been lying downstairs. Lucy's already, I've moved her wee bed in here just now. It is Billy bookcases for here. Friends. Oh, and also I've got a new trolley. Might be getting some yarn and some of my cross stitch in there. So this is Billy bookcases. Maybe a home for here. And now it means that my desk space is in front of the window. So as opposed to like sitting here, and it was really dark because I had the light behind me, which meant I always had to have the lights on. It means I've got the sunlight and some fresh air coming in. So I'm very excited, friends. This might be next weekend's reading vlog project. What do we think, Lucy? Are you liking it up here just now? Patty can't get up here. Look at your eyes. Her eyes always do this. She always has weepy eyes. Just always has. Nothing wrong with them. She just always has. And so then I'm thinking that this will be a great space for filming and talking to you, out the way of the other half. Oh, put you up there. out the way of the other half, up here in my own wee space. It's a riot right now, but hey is what I say. Anyway, so I'm glad I took you into the Tuesday, Wednesday really, and I managed to share some of my evening with Lisa Jewell, which, oh my god, I need to go to another one of these book events. The next one, I think, what I hadn't realised is she'd already had one with Claire Douglas. Missed that. Next one that's coming up in the end of August is Adele Parks. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I've read any Adele Parks, but I think I've maybe read one or two, and I'm sure I've got some on my Kindle. I can't remember. Anyway, if any of you have read Adele Parks and think I should definitely go to an Adele Parks book event, let me know. It's on a Sunday evening, which is quite good for me because I don't work Mondays. Anyway, that is all for me in this weekend's reading vlog. I'd like to say thank you as always for liking and commenting. If you don't already, please do subscribe, because it really does make a difference. I love making these videos for you, and I hope you enjoyed watching this one, and I shall be planning more videos for you very soon. Cheerio!